What's up, everybody? This is Chris here from Bold Canyon Outdoors and GearAmerica, and today we're going to be installing a new rear bumper on the back of Connor's JK. Now, I get a lot of questions from people for all kinds of vehicles, like where do I hook up shackles? What do I use for a recovery point? Well, Connor's JK just has a factory bumper on it with no tow hook. So we're putting a bumper on, and it'll have 3 recovery points when we're done. So we're going to film the install, show the recovery points, put some shackles on it. So come along with us, and we'll get started. Alright, let's do a little comparison. You guys have seen GearAmerica 2, and the rear bumper I have on this actually has 3 recovery points, 2 welded shackle tabs, and a trailer hitch. Now, if we look over here at Connor's Jeep, he has the factory bumper, which is sort of a plastic bread loafy type thing, no trailer hitch, no tow hook, no way to mount recovery gear on the rear. So we're going to swap it out today with this bumper from American Modified Off-Road. It has 2 shackle tabs, both are welded through, plus a 2-inch receiver. So we'll have 3 points to be able to do safe recoveries with. Now, the factory JK bumper is held on both sides by 2 16mm bolts. You can see them right down here going right through the frame. In addition to the 2 bolts on either side, there are 2 brackets on the rear of the bumper that bolt up on top and bolt to the plastic on the rear bumper. With the factory bumper off, you can see where all the mounting holes are on the sides of the frame and the 4 on the rear cross member. So now it's time to get the hardware out and get the new bumper mounted. Now, one thing that's a little bit different about the AM Off-Road bumper versus the factory bumper is the AM Off-Road one actually has these supports with welded nuts that slide into the frame rail so you can thread the new bolts onto it. So these go in right here, line up with these bolt holes, then we can take the new bumper and set it in place. Before getting ready to put the bumper on, grab your hardware and get it ready. So for each side of the bumper on the frame side, you're going to need a large flat washer, a lock washer, and a bolt. Once you've got the side plates in place and the bolts in finger tight, don't tighten it up all the way because we're going to use the longer bolts to snug it up against that rear center section of the frame. This next part is a little bit trickier. We're going to take these 4 long bolts, push them all the way through the frame center section in the rear to these flat washers, lock washers, and nuts on the other side. Now, let me jump down underneath here and I'll show you what we're talking about. Back of the bumper has holes in it here, and then that center section of the frame has the holes up in here. So the long bolts are going to go through here and bolt to here. And what that's going to do is that's going to snug everything up against the frame, and we can go ahead and tighten down the outside bolts. So as you can see, with 8 total bolts mounted through the frame, this is going to be a good solid recovery point. Not to mention a solid rear bumper being all steel instead of the factory plastic. With all the bolts tightened down and the bumper mounted, it's time to put in the GearAmerica Uber Shackles. Now, we prefer to run the Uber Shackles because it has the locking cap on it, and we connect most recoveries with soft shackles right to it and never take them off. there you have it. There is the American Modified Off-Road steel rear bumper for the 2007 to 2018 JK and JKU. We went with this one because we wanted some good quality recovery points. And as you can see, with these tabs welded through into the steel with the Uber Shackle on it, we now have a trailer hitch with a Mega Shackle hitch receiver and an additional Uber Shackle over here on the passenger side. So we are ready to go. Lots of room for doing recoveries. Definitely a safer and more secure bumper. All right, there you have it. The bumper's all installed. We got some safe, good quality recovery points on there, and we are ready to go. Now, if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to leave them below. Be glad to hear from you. But that's it for now. So from the Bull Canyon Outdoors and GearAmerica West Garage, this is Chris signing off. Happy trails, everybody.